Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, and this is another one from the Beer 52 box. And yeah, as always, link down to my referral link will be in the description box. So if you're interested by any of these beers, or if you want to take a try out the service for yourself, then you can get yourself a nice pretty much half price discount. So yeah, plus you'll be helping me out too, which is always appreciated. And I've realised that I don't have a bottle opener because it's hiding from me. So anyway, we're going to the 5 Points Brewing Company again, and this is the second beer of two that I received in the box. So the final beer of two that I received. And the other one I had was a Pilsner, which I thought was a really good, solid and authentic Pilsner. So interested to see what they do on the other side of the beer spectrum. One of the things I like to do, and a big shout out to James from Rampant Line Reviews, who turned me on to this way of thinking, is when you've got a new brewery, always try and get a pale or lighter beer, and then try one of their dark beers, so it gives you at least some sort of taste of what a brewery may or may not be capable of. And yeah, so from a Pilsner to a Porter, this is the Railway Porter. Aromas of chocolate and coffee with hints of caramel, brewed with East Kent Goldings hops, 4.8% in a 330ml bottle. These guys are out of Hackney, and the beer is unfiltered and unpasteurised for a better flavour and aroma. Bottled on 6th of July 2017, and best before date is the 6th of July 2018. So yeah, a porter. If you were to have given me a porter even as little as maybe about a year and a half ago, I'd have said I'd much prefer a stout, to be honest. But it's just amazing, isn't it, how tastes change when it comes to anything in life, really. But yeah, so I'm really in the mood for a porter. Not actually had a porter for a while, I don't think. But yeah, anyway, fantastic artwork on this. I love the simplicity of it. And that is the crown. So it's 5 points. Does that? I think I asked this in the last review, so I should have actually researched it myself. Is that? Does that have any relevance? Is that sort of to do with the fundamentals of brewing or something like that? Sort of like the 6 point in the States. I don't know. I'm sure I could look it up. But if I find out the answer, then it will have already been in the info box of the Pilsner review. Anyway, waffling on already. Let's get this opened and see what we get. Not too much in terms of smoke. Using my... oh, there it is. The smoke decides to make an appearance when I say there isn't that much smoke. But yeah, using my Beer Moth snifter glass. I love this glass. There's just something so satisfying about pouring dark beers into a glass like this. But anyway, I'm getting chocolate already, man. That is crazy how chocolatey that is from a distance. But get on with the appearance, and as you can see, that's a very dark beer. I think, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much jet black, with maybe some oaky ruby hues around the rims of the glass. Rims? There's only one rim to a glass. But yeah, look at that. Wonderful stuff. And that head is really, really nice. Sort of like a khaki coloured head. So anyway, let's see what we get on the aroma. Yeah, chocolate, caramel, coffee. Yes, I got that sort of dark fudge cake aroma to it. It's desserty without being too sickly sweet. Nice level of a roasty, smoky element in there as well. But yeah, lovely chocolatey tones. And then underneath that, you get that earthy hoppiness, and that's mixing nicely with dark currants and plums, that sort of thing. It smells really, really good. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. That's really nice. Body is obviously for being 4.5%, did I say? No, 4.8%. It's a little bit light, but there is a really nice sort of like milky velvetiness to it. And then that just carries those flavours really, really nicely to the point where it's not too sickly. It's definitely more earthier than sweet. You do get that like subtle sweetness coming through, like that very slight, it's like singed molasses almost. Because you do get a really nice smoky element coming out as well, which I like. But it is more about, to me personally, that earthy, dirty hop character. Big hits of coffee as well. Almost as if you've put a little bit of like oat milk into the coffee as opposed to normal milk. Because that's that like oaty, porridgey sort of flavour to it. But yeah, it's that smokiness on the back end is really quite lingering, and it's mixing with that hoppy bitterness as well. But yeah, it's a lovely, lovely beer. Carbonation is nice as well, not too heavy, but not too light. So it helps distribute the beer around nicely. But yeah, very drinkable, so quaffable. And yeah, I mean, this would have been the sort of porter, like I was saying earlier on, that I probably would say, oh, I'd much prefer a bit more of a full-bodied stout. But you know what? If you're having like a bit of a session and you saw a bottle of this, or if it was on cask or keg or whatever, I'd imagine that being really, really nice like that. And you wanted a darker beer to cut through, like maybe you've had some like hoppier beers, excuse me, that sort of thing. This is going to work nicely because it's not too heavy on the ABV, very drinkable, and yeah, it's a nice step change. Let's pour the rest in. Look at that. Look like chocolate milkshake pouring in then. Look how big that head's become. Fantastic stuff. Almost reminds me of like when you've heated up Weetabix and milk and mushed it all around. With it all in there, carbonation has subsided a little, so it's a little bit more smoother. And those like darker fruit characters are coming out a little bit more. But that one constant of that lingering, smoky, like woody bitterness just helps carry that beer even more. Yeah, that's a really, really nice porter and railway porter. It makes sense, yeah, because it's got that sort of like rustic, smog feel about it. But it's amazing how a beer like that can have those flavors and have a lighter body, but it still like all works nicely. So yeah, I'd happily pick this up again. It's more of like a maybe like a dry porter or something like that. Yeah, that's not bad at all, guys and girls. So what would I give out of 10 for the 5 Points Brewing Company's Railway Porter? I'd probably give that a very solid 8 out of 10. It's that simplicity, but the thing that really sells it to me is that smokiness. I just really, really like that char, like tobacco sort of flavour. And again, playing into that whole railway imagery. Pollution, basically. It's like drinkable pollution, but in a much more nicer sense. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for the 5 Points Brewing Company's Railway Porter. If you've tried this one yourselves, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Are you a fan of the brewery? Are you a fan of the beer? Are you a fan of porters? General banter is always welcomed in the comments. And yeah, check out 5 Points Brewing Company down below. Check out Beer 52. Check out that link down below to get yourself a discount. And of course, check out the previous 5 Points review of their Pilsner. Yeah, I'm very, very satisfied from both ends of the spectrum, to the point where I'd happily try as many of their beers as I could possibly do. And that's what I've been saying throughout this series. That's a great thing about, for me personally, a box like this is, I mean, it helps that me being in Germany and not having access to these beers and breweries, of course. But, you know, with these services and subscriptions, it's just a great way to experience new beers, new breweries, and new concepts and that sort of thing. And I've very much enjoyed this, and it's slowly coming to a close, which is quite a shame. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. If any of my friends or fellow beer tubers have reviewed this one, then their reviews will be included down below. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, hopefully you'll join me next time for another beer review. Until then, guys, you stay safe and keep drinking good beer. Cheers.